Hey, Billy. Mariah, hi. Hi, Marion.
Hey, Jonah.
Hey,
Hi.
great to see you guys. Beautiful backdrop, Billy. Look who I have here. If you want to say hi.
I am in the Redwoods near Santa Cruz, California.
Oh, I grew up around there. I grew up in Mendocino.
Cool.
Yeah.
Really, I am in Santa Cruz.
I'm in
Oh,
Scotts
awesome.
Valley. My stepson
Okay,
and family live here.
nice.
All
I want to
right.
see your books, Mariah. You have so many books. That to me is like the most. I just want to dig in. Oh, we got to ask.
Please.
Sorry. Oh, and I have a copy of. I see your Oracle deck on the shelf there. Yeah, you
Yes,
you gave me one.
yes.
It's awesome.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. All right. Welcome, Christy. I just got your email about updating times. Good to see you. Hi, Leanna. Welcome. Hello, Merritt. Welcome. Thanks for joining. I usually turn waiting room off. I don't know. This is a mistake this time. It has. Okay. Usually people can just join, but hello, MJ. Who is MJ? I have to make the connection. I've been doing all the tote bags. I need to make the connection to the name that I put on the tote. Um, and then who else has just joined? A bunch of people. Oh, Christy's joining. Great. Yeah, well, today I just thought it'd be a good chance to get to know each other and say hi and any questions people have. It's coming right up. I mean, tomorrow's the first pre-conference. Mariah, I know you're doing a pre-conference workshop as well, which is great on Tuesday, so day after tomorrow.
Yeah, very
Welcome,
excited.
Christy. I know you're on the lift to the airport or from the airport, so thanks for joining. Um, yeah, so this is really just to kick it off. I mean, there are announcements. Maybe I'll just do those first, and then anything anyone wants to talk about or anything that they're sorry, let me just I didn't mean to pin. I think I accidentally pinned you there. I was looking at the books. How do I remove? Okay. Am I showing full screen for people? Is that? Yeah, there we go. I'm pinned now. Okay. So yeah, let's just do a couple of the announcements. So first of all, I hope everyone's been finding the schedules okay. We have various links around. I've emailed the links to the schedules. You can also just get it from the website. So I'm just going to go ahead and share my screen. Just if you ever need to find the schedule. How do I? Okay, this is my phone and it's not on a stand. So there we go. I had to move it away from the screen. Yeah, so the first thing is, I guess, just, oops, that's the whole desktop. The first thing is just going to be making sure everybody has the schedules. Sorry about that. How do I, there it is. So link is on the website. This is the website, hopefully up to date and everything. And then if you just click on the schedule, and then there's two versions of it. We're going to be printing out the print versions for people. If you have a printer, you can also print it or just put it on your phone. This is sort of the longer version, and that's just one that's linked. It has everything. And then that's the view, the short form schedule. That's the print schedule there. So we do have some announcements. So yeah, I'll get to that one in a moment. So the big one is I found out yesterday that a longtime HDHD community member, Norwood Yamini, has passed away. So we're going to be doing an in memoriam. That is Saturday, September 20th at 9 p.m. here at my home. We're going to do it outside. And for people who knew him, we'll just gather at 9 p.m. in the backyard under the tent to honor the life and share remembrances of Norwood Yamini, who most of us knew as Doc Yam. So, Norwood, Doc, as we knew him, passed away at the age of 78 in June, just a few months ago. And he was a beloved friend and mentor with great wisdom, mirth, and compassion. I have some links here where you can watch. That was his talk at HDHD 2023. And these were some other things we did in one of our conversations. So that is Norwood. And we'll just be remembering him for those who knew him Saturday night. We're going to have that memoriam. We do have some other announcements that I'll get through. I'm trying to put all the announcements right at the top of the here, and I also try to put them on the Telegram just so people can, see if they've missed something. Today I saw, Christy, that you have a short survey for people who are going to your workshop. So that's linked right at the top there, and you can go and take that survey if you're going to be attending that. Oh, we do need access, but I guess if you say request access, then maybe, or I don't know if you can set that to public at all, Christy, or if you want them to request, because then you have their email, which might be helpful if you're going to be sending things for the workshop. So yeah, we're just going to get through for those just joining. We're just doing a few announcements, and then it's sort of open and a chance to introduce ourselves, talk to people, whatever we want to do. So, but I just am kind of getting the some of the most recent announcements. We have added Veronica Leone. She's done talks the last 2 years, and this time she wants to do a more casual intro to tarot where people who don't know how to do tarot card readings can learn, but then also I think most of us are pretty, adept in that. So people can give readings to each other. So that's kind of just a nice time for tarot people. Like if you don't know tarot and you want to start learning to give readings, you'll have a chance to do it because she'll go over some of her favorite ways to approach it, and you'll have a chance to give readings to people. This is just sort of, it's an 8 to 10 p.m., like not really like a workshop that you go and sit and learn. It's more of a casual, informal chance for people to do the tarot cards, and it's the Saturday night of the new moon eclipse. So it's really nice during a new moon to be looking at intentions and maybe getting some guidance. And it's the eclipse is going to be the following day, Sunday from around noon to 4 p.m. So Kalima and Joe, maybe you can say hi for just 1 second again. I've moved their relationship talk. Sorry, you can just sit here. You don't have to be off. He doesn't want to be on camera. So this is Joe, Joseph Ribley. Many of you know him. This is his first HDHD, but I feel like it's like your eighth time coming to Santa Fe.
Yeah, no kidding, no kidding.
No, but anyway, I'm not going to make you be on camera. You can just hang out.
I just want to say hi, Billy. I'm looking forward to seeing you in a couple days.
Hey, Joe.
Yeah. They just drove through the night to get here. So they've been helping out behind the scenes as part of the volunteer crew. And I see we have some other volunteers here as well. Marion, thank you so much for being on our volunteer crew. I see we're just joined by Jess, Melissa, lots of folks joining. Jaje, super excited. I mean, I think what we're going to do is I'm just going to get through. Oh, hi, Shabala has joined as well. So I'm just going to get through the announcements, and then I'd love for people to maybe even just talk about their workshops and just kind of people can talk about what they're doing. I'm really excited. For those who don't know about Jaje's workshop, she is bringing printed body graphs on paper. Is that right? On actual like watercolor paper, and then you paint them.
Yeah, I've actually got them big. They're like 11 by 17 blank body graphs, and you're going to get arty with your body graph and embodied. So
Yeah.
it'll be fun.
Yeah, yeah. No, I looking through the schedule, I know it's kind of overwhelming for people. So that's the other thing we can do today. I think after we'll do the announcements, we'll just do introductions, meet and greet. People have a chance to talk. And then if there's any like one who wants to stick around, I'll just do a schedule review and just sort of go through some of it again. I've already done a few of those, but that might be helpful for people. But okay, so just as far as the announcements, yeah, definitely go to that. That's going to be so good. And then Kalima and Joe, we've moved there. We sort of consolidated a few things because at the end, um, we saw like there were 5 workshops at a time on one day, and that was just like too many a little bit. We're up to around 150 guests this year, but there's always last minute cancellations. I would put the real estimate around 125 for the conference size to give you an idea. So if there's 4 workshops at once, that's kind of perfect because not everybody goes to everything. So you end up with like the 20 to 30 person per workshop sweet spot. Um, so yeah, we've moved things around. Um, oh, there's a little typo there. And so, yeah, we've just moved Kalima and Joe's relationships and human design talk to Saturday. And that'll be this with, yeah, that's going to be Saturday. We also have on Saturday Mahernaz Madone. She has also joined the last 2 years, and she's done things for our retreats. And she is a really gifted mystic who's just traveled all over the world and comes from a really interesting tradition, like an unbroken lineage of thousands of years of Zoroastrians. So she grew up in India. She's very well versed in a lot of the Vedic arts, but she also does channeling and Akashic Records work and all sorts of things. You can kind of read a little blurb here. She will be doing a lunchtime new moon eclipse basically preparation for the eclipse, which is the following day, and just talking about some of the things, the themes of that particular eclipse, and then just also things for eclipse as well. If you want to say hi at all, you can. I don't know if you want to be honest. Kalima is also here. I was just doing an announcement about you got, yeah, there's Billy and a lot of folks on here. Let me
Billy.
yeah, I'm trying to make it the bigger thing. Well, it's sharing my screen, so you can't see everyone, but there's a lot of folks on here. Jess is on
Hi,
here.
guys.
There's a bunch of people. So yeah, so that is another recent addition. That's Saturday over lunch. Oh, okay, this is a fun one. So Hilda's Crown Your Ajna workshop. I'm going to actually show pictures of these. Who's been seeing this? I've been trying to post about it so people kind of know. Basically, Hilda Holman makes these really cool. Am I getting okay? Crown Your. There we go. She makes these really cool hats, and here we go. And we've moved them to Wednesday during the meet and greet because we originally had them Sunday, and then we were like, well, you're going to make a hat. You're not going to get to wear it all week. Like, that makes no sense at all. Why? Who put this on Sunday? And so we basically it was me, but basically we decided to do it Wednesday at the earliest point possible. We almost did it the Thursday night before, but or the Tuesday night before, but basically we're doing it during the meet and greet. So what we're doing Wednesday is we just have this big meet and greet in the park. These are photos from previous years. We're all hanging out. People who want to. She has enough kits for 20, and they do cost her quite a bit of money. So she's charging at cost because she gets nice watercolor paper and she, you know what I mean? It's a whole thing, and she's providing all the materials. So it is $25 per person. And if anyone wants to make a really funky, wild hat to wear for the rest of the week, and then the cool thing is they actually do collapse pretty much flat. I mean, obviously some of these are curled, but they do disassemble. They're possible to disassemble and reassemble if you don't want to have to wear the hat on the airplane ride back. Um, I would just wear it on the plane. I think you're going to get a lot of. Have you guys seen these hats? Have you-
Yeah.
Okay.
You wouldn't
Oh, you have one. You have one. Okay. Yeah. Sorry. Joe said he has one of these hats. So anyway, there's going to be a lot of fun events where you can wear this. Like there's a Friday night dance party here. There's also happens to be a Friday night disco dance party being thrown, like a semi-annual free disco dance party by a really world-class DJ, Rashan Ahmad, that same night about a mile from my house. And so you can wear your hat to the disco dance party, wear it back here later, party hop, and you can walk the river trail the whole way. So it's if you're drinking or anything. But okay, we're gonna get through the announcements, and then I want to start talking to people. So okay, so yeah, we've moved the Crown Your Ajna workshop. We have added Fujio Mandeville. So I've known Fujio really about a decade, and he is a brilliant mythologist, former editor of Pacifica Graduate Institute's mythology journal called Mythica. He's the current editor of the International Society for Mythological Studies journal. And so it's about as academic as you can get in the world of mythology. And he loves sake. And so he's going to be doing a sake tasting mythology talk with us. And he's actually giving me a little sneak peek of what he's going to be talking about. And it's related to Shintoism and traditional Japanese mythology and a particular deity who's sort of the head of the Shinto pantheon. So, like, we'll be sipping sake and getting this whole experience of like the Japanese mythos that went into the culture that makes the sake. And so, yeah, you can either bring a bottle of sake, nothing fancy required. You can bring anything, or a $10 donation because he's going to buy a bunch of different sakes. So that's going to be Saturday night, and that's here. And then we've added Kyrie Joyce, movement meditation, and Source Point. So she's a Source Point, I guess, an energy worker, and she's going to be doing meditation movement. Source Point, that's going to be 2 p.m. on Sunday during the personality type symposium. I'm going to continue with the symposium and move it outside for those who really are deep in the personality track. But for those who want to do some movement meditation, it's actually during the eclipse. I know Mahara was saying she doesn't recommend doing any sort of astral travel or anything during the eclipse. I think meditation could be different if it's a state of inner reflection. Maybe you get something during the eclipse. Who knows? I mean, but that's right during the eclipse. And I'm going to just be continuing outside with the personality symposium. And for those who haven't kind of heard what I've been into, I have a whole series of talks I've been doing the last couple of years here on personality typology for human design readers, so that you can get a vocabulary around different systems and see what might be in the body graph, not in the body graph. So that's kind of my track this year. That's, I guess, one of two. And then the final announcements, Molly Elizabeth and Ian Dantonalt are going to be here doing, Molly will be doing vibroacoustic therapy, VAT, and Sound Self, which is described as a technodelic. For those who haven't seen Sound Self, it looks really, really cool. How do I, okay. Sound Self is literally this, I guess, technology with binaural beats and various things. And it supposedly activates identical brainwave patterns to high dose psychedelics and deep meditation. So, I mean, they're using it with ketamine assisted psychotherapy. Like, it's just an interesting thing. So she's bringing vibroacoustic therapy and sound self, and we'll be offering it throughout at a heavily discounted rate, starting at $25 per session. And she will also be doing a kind of a open workshop talking about it and so on Wednesday at 2 p.m. Sorry, noon. Ian has offered to do free acupuncture for people at the conference. So you can get an actual free treatment. And, we have two massage tables that he'll be using. We'll have those set up at Vital Spaces. There's a phone number here where you can actually text him. This is Ian. Text him to book a session, and he has, I think, 4 hours of sessions open, but there's two tables, so he could actually get through maybe 8 people or something like that. And it's going to be Thursday and Friday morning from 8 to 10 a.m. So you don't miss anything. It's just if somebody wants to wake up early, get free acupuncture. Thank you, Ian, for contributing that. What a cool offer. Okay, so at this point, I just want people to get to know each other. Maybe I'll just start calling on people, and they can introduce themselves, if that's okay. Mariah, would you say hi and talk a little bit about something you're doing?
Sure. Hi, I'm Mariah. Um, I was actually at the conference last year, which was just so amazing. Jonah, you are doing an amazing job just putting on the whole conference. I can't imagine how much work that is, but pulling together so many people that are interested in human design. When I got to human design many years ago, nobody talked about it. You had to educate people about it. And to be around people that actually know what you mean when you're talking about, oh, you're so individual, or it's lovely. So I'm really excited. So on Tuesday, I am doing a 5 hour workshop, which is really more of an exploration. It's not my intention to stand there and just, talk about and talk at people. It's really an exploration around intuition in the body graph, in your chart. So intuition, in my experience, shows up in different ways, and the body graph shows us different aspects. We know, of course, of the spleen and of certain circuitries or the crown. Those are well known, but there are other aspects as well. And the exploration part is that, yeah, everybody has their own experience. And in my research, I found that there's 3 specific ways in how everything can be divided up. And so I'd love to get together and talk about the different ways and discover, how does this show up for you? How do you experience it? And how does it resonate for you if I say, okay, there's these 3 different types? How does that work for you? So that's part of it. I'm also bringing my Oracle deck, and on Tuesday at the end, we will definitely do a brief session with that. And then on Wednesday, I have a 2 hour workshop in which we take the body graph, your body graph, and you do a layout with the Oracle cards, and we get to chat together and discover. So that's what I'm doing. I'm looking forward to sharing.
Awesome. These all sound wonderful, and I think it's really great for anyone. I mean, I know a lot of people are coming early to be able to go to your session on Tuesday. So thanks for being, willing to kind of do that front runner pre-conference as well. So I think, yeah, it's
Quick,
just
quick
sure.
question.
Please, yes.
I'm going to be arriving in Albuquerque about 2:30 in the afternoon on the day of your presentation. By the time I get to Ray's, you're going to be well into it. I'm staying at Ray's. Can I just drop in the middle of it?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'll give you a little catch up
Great.
when you
Thank you.
get there. Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. Yeah. And for people, I mean, as they get into town, I'll post on the Telegram as well. I hope everyone's on the Telegram group. Basically, we can, sorry, I gotta turn off my messages here. I'm getting a bunch of messages. But yeah, as people arrive, even though they might not be scheduled like tomorrow, you're more than welcome to say, hey, who's in town and meet up before the scheduled event, or, people are definitely around. We've already had some arrivals today. A lot of folks are actually getting here today. So, okay, maybe Billy, maybe you can talk. Well, give a little synopsis of what you're doing, or just about yourself too. I'm really excited for Billy's interview on Saturday at 10 a.m. with Heba Judah. I don't know if you want to talk about that some, or just about
Yeah,
yourself. Yeah, that'd be great.
why not? Well, first of all, about me, I'm a 2/4 sacral generator. Been doing this experiment for over 19 years now. Ran into it in Kauai. Last month was 19 years ago. And long story short, I ended up in Ibiza. I never met Rob because I first went to the island 6 months after he passed away. I started living there year round. I was living in the San Francisco Bay Area since 85, and then in 2013, I moved full time to Ibiza. That's where I'm based. I just happen to be visiting family in the Bay Area right now, and then flying to Santa Fe on Tuesday. Passionate about design for all of these years, and recently, as in a few months ago, I was introduced to a woman from Amman, Jordan, who is a apparently a her lineage is a direct descendants from a Sufi scholar from the 13th century, I think it was, named Ibn Arabi. And Ibn Arabi had a system which he did not call human design. It was different than this system. It's based on slightly different things. It does not have the concept of the I Ching, although my friend Heba, whom I will be interviewing, is researching that. We're having a call tomorrow morning I'm going to be interviewing her. She's not going to be in Santa Fe. She will be in Dubai, where she currently lives, which is why we're doing this in the morning, because they are plus 10 hours from Santa Fe time. So I will be on the ground there in Santa Fe. I will be interviewing Hiba because her system she refers to as Sufi human design. And there are many, many parallels. And maybe I'll just leave it at that. Just saying that from what I understand from her, part of the essence of human design goes way back in time before Ra's encounter with the voice. And tomorrow we're coming up with the interview questions. And I'm very excited that she will be part of our conference online. And to me, after I've talked with her and learned some of what she's doing, she's given me a reading in Sufi human design, which is very similar. Um, I'm very, in, to me, it gives even more validity to this, 33-year-old system, 35-year-old system, that some of the ancient elements go back literally 900 years. So that's what we're all going to hear about. And it's on Saturday at 10 in the morning. And Jonah and I'll be getting together and working out all the technical details about bringing her in on Zoom. And yeah, that's what it's all about. And I'm quite excited to come. Jonah and I met at on Ibiza last October. I had no idea about HDHD because I've been living in Europe and haven't really tracked what's going on in the States so much, but I'm thrilled to be a part of this and to be around the rest of you, either human design professionals or aficionados. And I'm really looking forward. I'll be arriving on Tuesday in the afternoon and leaving the following Monday morning. Jonah, you're on mute, I think.
Thank you. So, Yeah, so for people going to the Ibiza event, I know we have two right here. We're going to be in Ibiza next month. You can ask Billy for lots of great advice. You told me about Cheetahs, which was like one of my favorite restaurants there, and you've told me a lot of great places to.
Yeah, and the two sitting next to you, I will mention, were there last October. I met the three of you guys. I don't know if there's any more from of whom I met, but Joe and Kalima are also, they spent a lot of time in Ibiza, so any of the three of us can
Yeah,
give
that's
you,
true. You can ask any of us.
Yeah.
can give you tips about Ibiza if you happen to be there in October.
Yeah, and on that note, just let me know. She's organizing it. Jess Tilly, who's here on the call, that they'll be donating a free, is it a free pass to the remote to the remote pass, I guess. Is that, am I saying that right, Jess? Anyway, for the raffle, there's going to actually be the ability, if you can't go to Ibiza, you might win an ability to at least see the talks. So I think I got that right.
Hello, hello.
Hey,
Yes,
Jess.
so
Yeah.
there's hi. So good to see everyone. I'm listening to everything and I'm having such massive FOMO. I'm like,
Aw.
oh, this all sounds so amazing. I'm so
Well,
excited for
you're
everybody.
coming for the post conference, right? So we're going to be
Coming
doing,
later. I'm
yeah, we're going to be
coming
doing a lot of fun
later.
stuff. Yeah.
Yes, yes, it's still going to be amazing. Yeah, so really, really excited to be donating. It's a remote access pass. So that means you can access for one full day of the event. There's different days. You can take a look and see which one you would like to choose. And so for that day, it's the free remote access pass, and that's 150 euro value.
Oh, nice, nice. Okay, I didn't realize the details. Thank you for filling that in. And yeah, and that'll just be one of the raffle prizes. We have so many amazing raffle prizes this year. I just want to do a really quick announcement. And also for any speakers who do want to add, I heard from one speaker, they said, well, it sounds like you have enough readings already. You don't need more. That's not true. We definitely could use more because the more readings, I mean, there's a lot of raffle tickets. So, okay, we have this year three readings with Dr. Leanna Conley, three readings with Jerry Littlejohn, one custom embodied human design chart artwork and 30-minute reading with Jaje Ives, one reading with Christy Sullivan, two readings with Victoria Jane, two tea leaf readings of one question each with John Tersey, one reading with Mariah Miller, one branding personal style 1 hour consultation with Kathy Pachanko, two intuitive chart reading sessions with Kalima, off camera here, one 60-minute reading or 50% off an upcoming class with Louisa Lucia, one Astro HD reading with Daljit Peterson, one reading from Janica Nadimi, and I just heard from Amanda Prechel, who also isn't able to make it this year, that she's also offering one reading. I'm just going to add that to the list. So yeah, we have a ton of like each year the raffle is really the raffle is the best deal. Like you can get like a raffle ticket and the chances of you winning something are so high because we really don't sell that many. So I think a lot of people got like five tickets and got like four things out of it, you know. So it's a pretty good deal. It's $10 a ticket. You can get a dozen tickets for $100. So that's like two free tickets. And we also have these massive, I should bring it. I don't know. We have this. Wait. I'll take a little tour. This is full screen, right? You guys can see me. I'm full screen. Okay. Hopefully this will work. Let me see it. Like, hopefully it's not gonna. Can you guys check if this?
Yeah, I'll let you know if it drops status.
Okay. This is somebody who has. Guys, we have these. That yoga mat. Yeah, that's some of those. Thank you. All right. Okay. So this is a, sorry for the terrible camera work. This is a yoga mat that is the Bantu plates. And can you turn it around? It's different on each side. And we have three of these in the raffle. So your chances of winning one is very, very high if you, well, I shouldn't say high because there's only three of all the possible things. But basically, I just have to give my little plug for the raffle. We really don't make any money on it. We spend more making all these yoga mats and things than we, but there's a bunch of fun stuff for the raffle. Okay, let's keep going. Maybe I can call on Dr. Leanna Conley if you would have anything to chat or say. And also, I want to mention I have you listed for like five things this year. I know we haven't really chatted too much about it. I hope that that is still okay. If just let me know. But I was really blown away by the by your submission and everything you were offering, and I just want to say thank you because they all look really, really incredible. The talks and the workshops, rewilding, a lot of ritual, walking meditation. I mean, I love the experiential side that you're bringing.
Thank you. Nice to meet you. My sister knows you, so Gigi's who kind of got the connection in.
Is she
Uh,
coming?
I think she's hosting a gala at Cerro Gordo. I think they all get in on Tuesday. And she's kind of like me. I double booked a Krishnamurti retreat where I'm doing so I do I'm a Kambo practitioner and ceremonial space holder for that medicine, the frog medicine from the Amazon, and I'm also a tantra teacher. So and I have been off grid since I submitted my form to you, and I haven't even been online
Oh
to
no.
meet you.
Tell me if we need to change anything because I will just say I hope you're okay doing those, but I was meaning to reach out because last year we had Jess Tilley do I think like 6 things, and I just felt bad because she missed out on some of the other stuff. But at the same time, if anything does need to change, what we do is we have at any point, if any speaker can't make it for any reason, no questions asked, or just wants to change, or like we just find someone else to fill in, and we actually can just post that on the Telegram and just say, "Hey, we have a new slot. Does somebody want to do?" Maybe John does another tea leaf reading workshop, or So please, I mean, they all look amazing, but tell me if anything needs to change. We will get that updated.
Okay, yes, that sounds really good. I'm gonna call you on no later than Tuesday. But
Yeah.
as far as now, so I'm a mystic. I'm Ayurvedic Chinese medicine metaphysician. I serve Kambo and Hape. I do lymphatic massage. Chakra dance. So that just is like a big Shakti shake through the energy centers. I will probably offer some Kambo. We'll go through so my undergraduate and graduates holistic counseling, psychology. Yeah, so all the offerings are that's what I'm doing
This
every day.
sounds incredible.
I'm here in
Yeah.
Arkansas. Yeah.
Uh,
And so I've got a retreat center here, and in June we had one of our 300-foot oak trees come through some of the spaces, and so I just kind of turned off social media and just focused in the now, and so I was excited to see how far you come with the schedule and everything, and I'm hoping everything aligns. I know,
yeah.
I'm in the flow, so
Well, don't
uh,
don't worry about anything, but I always
they all
say,
know.
things come up every year. We have last minute
Right,
cancellations, things get changed. We've
right,
lost venues at the last minute. I mean, we've had to move things around. So it's all
right.
organic and it should be fun and not stress. So I hope you can make it, but if something comes up and you're not able to make it, do not worry. We will be able to move things around as much as needed. But that being said, from looking at the offerings and what you've written about them, they just look incredible. So I really hope you can make it because I think that would really click with a lot of people here. And we're also, if you want to stay after, we do have a post-conference retreat, and that would be another opportunity to offer sessions with people and do various things. And yeah, so I definitely, but yeah, it's all organic and it's all emerging and evolving. And yeah, thank you so much. And I hope Gigi can make it as well. So
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you.
yeah,
Nice to meet you,
yeah.
everybody.
So if I call on anybody and they don't want to talk, let's just put it in the chat or just say not, I can't talk right now. But Christy, I was curious if you would talk a little bit about your art, or if I can even share, maybe I can share the screen with some of your artworks.
Sure,
Just
I can put a little link up in here.
yeah, if you want to post the link, and then I think I
Okay.
have it too, and I will just share for a second. Apparatuses, yeah. So, and I think, and I got your email. We are moving that earlier, and so Christy's been on the schedule for Saturday, but it's actually you have to leave Saturday, so we're just going to move it to an earlier day. So just stay tuned for the update, and that's going to be. Let me just share this. That's going to be basically kind of artist talk Q&A. Would you say, or how would you describe it?
Yeah, I want to hear what you guys think about this stuff. So, I'm an artist. I've been making sculpture for 30 years. It's what I do. I'm a big crafts person. I've worked in all the media, and the last 3 years, I'm making these conductors and insulators that go on the chakras, and I'm interested in making ones for the human design centers that like don't have an actual location. And I'm wicked pumped about this stuff. I'm cranking out, like banging on metal, making some crazy like copper antennas and shit like that. Stuff is going out to art shows. Like I'm shipping all over the place. This lead helmet is in a show that opened yesterday at the Center for Metal Arts.
Oh, can I show it? I have it right here. Let me share it.
Yeah, bust it out, man.
You got to
It's
see
sort
this.
of jumbo size. It's
Yeah.
a lead.
And I love the fur. I mean, this thing is like, yeah, when I
It's my
saw this,
dog. It's my dog's fur. It's the best relationship I've ever had in my
like,
life. So
That's
it's
so
it's the best
amazing.
insulator. So like I make these weird things, and I'm really, really curious to hear what people in the human design community would have to say about it, because I've only been able to kind of show it to a couple of people in HD, and like they don't have an art background, so I didn't really get any feedback. Like, is this crazy or is it kind of interesting? And like what I'm working towards is making different devices that can like connect to centers, right? Or like I have a wide open head, I have nothing in my head, ajna, nothing reaching towards it, nothing. So I don't really get all you people that have that stuff. So like I made you this helmet, like not
I
actually
love
made it for
that.
you. I just
Can you
made for
tell
me.
us a little more? Can I show a few more of them? Like, what is this pendant, this crystal pendant with brass? Or no, it's not crystal. What is it? What is,
That's my dad's ashes.
oh my gosh. Okay. Wow.
Yeah,
That's
my
your dad's
dad died
wealth.
a year and a half ago, and I found some of the dog's ashes in a closet when I got the house ready to sell. And I asked my mom, and like she didn't even know which dog it was. And then when my dad died a few months later, I was like, "Yo, we're gonna make dad a new house." And then I found these sheets of copper that were replacement roofing tiles for this copper roofed like dream house that he built. So it was just synchronicity
Oh,
stuff, and it's based on
yeah.
Flava Flav's analog clock that he
Right.
would
It's the
wear.
same size and kind of classic hip hop. Yeah.
Yeah, that was like a real like cultural like icon for me, and like the just existential weirdness of like we don't in America we don't really talk about like the culture of like death and mourning, but there's like old Victorian funerary jewelry, right? So this is like a hip take on funerary. And I mean I'm not gonna go walk around with like my dead dad on my chest and be like,
No.
what up? Or will I? They're freaking heavy.
Maybe for an
So
opening. Yeah.
but it's like it's made out of it's like an antenna in some sort of
Yeah.
way, right? And I've got another one that I made actually when he was in his decline out of the felted dog fur, and it's imbued in fireproofing salts, which is like an ancient Chinese Asian thing. But anyway,
Hmm.
so I don't know. I'm making these things. It's happening. I'm 3 years in. I've got at least 3 more years to go. Is it crazy? Is it not? Help me think of doohickeys. What needs to make your pressure sandwich between the head and the crown? Like, am I going to start building environments?
Yeah, or
Does this
like
make
tubes that we can
sense?
plug into each other. Like, how about if my thing can
Yes.
plug into.
Yes, I am making those. It's happening. Oh,
Okay,
there,
well,
somebody's into it. Cool. Okay,
and
so if
well,
you
and
guys seem like this is cool, I want to have a conversation about it.
we definitely, I'll
It's
find a really
interesting.
good time. I have to read your email, but I think we were going to do either Thursday. Was Thursday the day or Friday? Did you have a preference?
Friday. Yeah, I'm gonna be in town because there's a heater being installed and it's like a
Okay,
sort of
so we'll do it Friday.
disaster.
So I will get that on the schedule updated
Cool.
from
All right, let's do
Saturday.
it.
Yeah, and I'm also just going to show us a couple more. Oops, I guess that's the whole desktop. I didn't mean to do that. I'm going to share just a couple more of yours. This was for the open throat.
Yeah, device for an open throw, and then scroll down and there's the thwarting device, which is what I call it.
The
It's like a
thwarting device. So you
lid.
have the open throat like amplifier, and then you have shut up.
Yeah, yeah.
Or
I
or
have
what
like
is
an
going on here? It's soft, it's gentle, it's not
yeah, it's the felted dog fur again, and the lid fits perfectly, but I have this like cartoon nemesis sort of like idea in my head, like what was it, Natasha and Remember that cartoon? Anyway,
Yeah,
just like
yeah, some like
this
Rocky and Bullwinkle
villain
stuff. Yeah, of
is like creeping around with like this incredibly Boris. Yeah, it's like a
course.
representation of Boris who's like creeping around and like were it to come across someone doing this experiment with their throat, like they would be able to like influence it, which is absurd.
No,
That's
I
how.
love it though. I love this is like an archetypal imagination. Shabala has her hand raised. Please, would love to hear what you have to say, Shabala.
So, Christy, I don't know if you've ever partnered with anyone who charges things energetically, but I do a lot of work charging candles or other things with energy. And I could totally see you charging those with a specific frequency and then having, like, I have a throat clearing somatic exercise, and it could be really dope if that was charged. You put it on someone and they move through the somatic. So there is a
That's cool.
potential like functional application to your art if you were to pair that with any form of like energetic charging or with some somatic practices that really allow someone to visualize the energy flow. So I just wanted to say that because I saw that and your items are very charged already with different things. Like some of them I picked up on, I was like, ooh. So just know like there is that because the other version, and you use the word crazy, and I have a fun set of crazy friends. One is a witch in Mexico, and she's very good at reading the energy of an object. And so you could also send your art as is to people who can read the energy, and they may come up with some really cool things that may make you feel less crazy or in alignment with your crazy. So just
I'm in
wanted to say
alignment. I'm
that.
on board for all of this. Yeah, we're gonna connect.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, well, thank you so much for contributing that. And yeah, and maybe that's a good segue, Shabala, if you'd like to talk about your human design and medicine workshops, which I'm really excited that you've agreed to do 2 days, two different workshops, but sort of one's the nodal deep dive, I know, and then maybe you could talk a little bit about those.
Yep. So uh I'm Shibala. Nice to meet y'all. I am a medicine woman and prosperity artist. So ex-corporate marketer, very traditional path, went to MIT, did my MBA, worked for big companies, and then started really on my spiritual journey via entrepreneurship and then found human design. And that reconnected me to my ancestral gifts and to a history that I didn't know I had of coming from a line of medicine women healers. I knew I had a grandma who was a reverend, but the more traditional path was with my great great and great 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 grandmother, who I'm named after. So now I've combined all of that wisdom and added on 20 different modalities. And human design for me serves as the mental anchor to the work that I do. And that is a mix of really tuning in to stored memories that are making it difficult for you to flow, for you to embrace ease, and for you to live human design. So, for those of us who are really less on the information side, but who are really trying to apply the system, sometimes patterns in our language, stored memories, people like to call them trauma. I just call them stored memories. And also kind of other behaviors, like really just learning how to actually tune in to your body without a mental framework, right? So like these three things, when you get any of them, it really just opens up and changes your life. And I should also probably say I'm a 3-5 man sleeping phoenix, and the work I do truly is moving people through different rebirths, whether it's like the minis, like I like to call them, changing up a career or something like that, or a full rebirth where people are potentially walking through a white light, having a near-death experience, etc., which is what happened to me when I found human design and did my work. So, with all of that being said, on the first day, um, it is a channeled experience that has come through. We are going to be moving through different placements in the chart. I'll share a bit about my journey with the chart, where I've gotten to, and um, give a sneak peek of how I look at the chart now, which is different. I have my own system that's coming through too as well, but with a focus on the channels and on understanding your medicine via the language of human design, and understanding how you connect with other people and how the system is truly a system for connection and compassion. So we'll look at that at the top. And then everyone is going to work with 8 placements and dig into at least one stored memory that is coming up for them somatically. And we will actively find it in the body, clear it. You'll see how it's related to your power. And there'll be a little less resistance by the time everyone leaves that experience. On the first day, what's really cool is once you've gone through that, and that can sometimes be a little raw for folks, depending on what comes up. We go to Jaji, and she's going to give us that ability to really integrate all of that with her art. I don't know if you want to mention more on that, Jaji, since we're
Yeah,
already
that's a
here.
perfect segue. Please, I'd like to hear because that's you're going to be doing Shabala 1 to 3 p.m. and then she'll be doing 3 to 5.
Mhm. Yeah,
Is that
and
my
we're gonna
understanding?
flow. So Shabala and I are used to like flowing together, because I think completing the journey with Shabala is really integral to, like Shabala said. After that, we're gonna let people breathe a little, go outside, ground, grab some nourishment, and then come back in. And I'm gonna bring them into really playing with your chart, and integrating what you've potentially come to through that process with Shavala. Uh, and like you said, Jonah, I've got a bunch of, actually here, I'll show you. Hold on.
Wonderful. Yeah.
I've got some giant watercolor paper printed, and it's blank on the back because I know some people like direction and some people are like, I'm just going to do my own thing. I'm a 5-1 manifester. If anybody knows about doing your own thing and not following directions, it would be me. And so in my session, I've also, over the past couple of years, been working on these embodied portraits, which are explorations of the 64 gates. It started because I wanted to know how people experience those. And so I'm going to present a little bit about that project and talk about the people I've been taking photographs of and interviewing, and then bringing their energy into an embodied portrait. Um, and that kind of, for those of us who want something to respond to in the room, that might be the thing that sort of kicks off some of the ahas for what you're going to put onto your paper. And then for those of us who like to do whatever we want, you can take it and use it or leave it. And I'm going to have, I've got 4 gorgeous watercolor palettes that are like break apart. And so I'm going to let people dig in. It's kind of like being at the candy store. And we're going to play. And I've got pencils. And really, I often come to it as like an initiator of exploration and play. And that's what it's going to be. And so after all of Shabala's like really beautiful, deep work, we're going to kind of take that deep work and play with it and integrate it and see what comes out of it.
Yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, I'm so excited, and we have the perfect venue. It's at Vital Spaces Art Annex, which is it's our first year using the venue, and it's like they actually literally have paint covered tables that we can use. So it's
That
I mean
is
it is an
so
art space.
perfect.
They have something called the art closet even where they might even have additional supplies. So
Okay, that's awesome because I'm traveling with one suitcase. And so I've got like a bunch of brushes of, like I said, 4 palettes of watercolors. And if we can raid their supply closet so we can give people more options.
well, we
uh,
have to ask them, but they are
I
all
know.
donated and yeah, and they'll be
I will
I
be
will.
very
So we'll
kind and
yeah.
very
Yeah.
respectful of whatever.
No, no. I mean, they have like last time I was there, they just had huge boxes marked collage, and you could like take it, you could cut up things. I
Cool.
mean, and they do have yeah paints and all sorts of things. So yeah, they do the Vital Spaces Art Closet. The organization is a nonprofit dedicated to reclaiming unused urban spaces in Santa Fe and to make them available for artists. So yeah,
Awesome.
it's a really good group. And on that note, I'll say, unless you have anything else to share about it, that sounds so wonderful. That is Wednesday. That's kicking off the whole
That's
thing. But
Wednesday.
That's
yeah,
Wednesday, and then I'm going to bounce
Friday.
back because Shabala's got a Friday.
Yeah.
that's true. Okay, so let's talk about that maybe really quick, so people are aware that there is a second human design medicine session with you, Shabala, that will be Friday, and it's not required to go to Wednesday, but if you do, it kind of builds on it, or it's just sort of they'll get
Yeah.
something.
You'll
Yeah.
definitely, it'll build more, because you'll feel more of your own medicine. But on Friday, we're going to focus on the incarnation cross or life theme and also the nodes. So we're really going to deep dive into this idea of destiny or purpose, a little bit of my story, and then again back into that own deep work and the things that come into that one, and just also the first one. There's some qigong, there's some breath work for those who want to go deeper. We got some essential oils, other things happening, and then you are really, and then also karma clearing, what Shaitan Parkin would call karma clearing. I call it ancestral repatterning. um, I worked deeply with him for 4 years. And so I have my version of what he does that integrates a lot of fun somatic practices. So we'll be doing that again on the Wednesday. So people who come on the first one and the second one will really get to really embody more of their medicine, but also clear some very potent resistance to stepping into their design.
Hmm. Beautiful, beautiful. Well, yeah, I'm so happy that you agreed to do both days also. And I encourage speakers to do multiple days. And if anyone on this call or watching this does want to add an extra day of the same or similar or even something different, it just gives people more chance to interact. Like it's always a trade-off between how much do you do your own workshops and then how much do you get to attend others though as well, which is a big part of it. Okay, well, I do want to do a quick announcement that just for people to be aware on the topic of Vital Spaces that, and then we'll continue on with more introductions. That Vital Spaces is having a semi-annual dance party with an incredible their director, the head of Vital Spaces, Rashan Ahmad, who's a world-class DJ, spends part of the year in Paris and part of the year here. And I'm gonna try to find a link for his music. He is just such a good DJ, and it's the same night. It's the Friday of our event, so it's this coming Friday. Um, I'll just post his Instagram here. He's a musician and DJ and really really cool guy. And so let me go into the chat. Here we go. So we are still having our dance party, but it where he's playing is a place called Tumbleroot Distillery, which is 1 mile from my house, and you can walk the river trail the whole time, or if you're not drinking, you can drive. And that's from 8 to midnight. It's free. It's a funk, soul, R&B, Motown dance party. And there's usually about 250 people there, and they're all dressed in full 70s, ready to hit the dance floor, and it's so much fun. So I personally am gonna party hop. We're gonna get it going here and then go over there for an hour or two, check out his set, come back here a little bit later. Also, because we can go later. They have a strict 12 p.m. close, and people are always like, no, like, there's always like 200 people pouring out of there when it closes. But we will go a little bit later that night. So if you like dancing and disco and soul and funk, and yeah, definitely check out. It's called Love and Happiness. So something that all of us can always need more of. So. Okay, so let's see who is on the list for speakers. I see Merritt Wuchina. Merritt, if you'd like to chat a little bit about anything you're doing. I know you're doing the warm data as well as the social presencing theater talks, both of which are very exciting.
Mhm. Yeah, thanks, Juna. I'm gonna be there and meeting you all, and I'm looking forward to it. I don't know what there is to say so much, because it's not a human design offering, but I think they're both offerings that would be really interesting to a lot of people who are human design coaches and already doing using that kind of language. So this might bring in some new vocabulary to your already existing practice. So on Thursday, I think is SPT, which is short for social presencing theater. And this is a practice from the Presencing Institute, which is a part of MIT Media Lab, in collaboration with this woman, Arawana Hayashi, who developed it. And basically, we're going to lead you through a few hours of, I guess, embodiment, which I'm hearing a lot here, but it's even a little more getting into your stuck. So we use this word a lot in SPT. Where are you stuck in life, and how you show you're stuck? Because the stuck always moves. So for example, right now I feel really stuck. I'm at a Willie Nelson concert till 11 o'clock tonight. Not, I don't know, maybe there's Willie Nelson fans here, but I'm with the gray hair. So, and I feel like the stuck practice is something that helps me to, ground into any moment to moment awareness. So if I'm like in a position I don't want to be in, I might feel it into my body and then see where my body wants to go next, because the stuff always can change and move and transform. And, this is also going to be a place where we can feel into the wa and the pentas in bringing the human design language. But in SPT practices such as the 5 and the village, which you're going to be able to experience the social body and the social fabric and co-create something together. So we'll co-create our village, and it will be new for me. I haven't really done this in this kind of context or setting yet. And then warm data is a practice from the Bateson Institute. It's about information that is alive. So sometimes we like to talk about things instead of from experience. So in a warm data lab, we're talking from our stories, and we're learning trans-contextually from each other. So there's so many things to learn about in the world. There's so much information, and a lot of it's cold data. A lot of it's things like, oh, the statistics of this or that in our consciousness in different contexts, like politics. Like there's so many Republicans and there's so many Democrats. Or we talk about religion and spirituality. How many people believe in God, and there's a percentage or something. And this is not that. This is like, what do we actually talk about together when we're in the space from our data, our information that's inside of us, that's alive and moving and warm. And we actually create warmth between each other. So this is a really great practice for bridging divides if you're in a really polarized situation. And it could also just be a good way to get together with friends and get to know each other better. So that's sort of my intention for that practice. And I'm excited to be in a space with people who speak a human design vocabulary, because they know themselves really well. And they'll be able to, my hope is that in that space, you can move freely through the room. You can go through any conversation in any context that you want to be a part of. And you're going to follow your strategy while you're doing that. Feeling your sacral, or noticing where you're invited to go sit, things like that, that will bring more, I think, like nuance and excitement into this practice that's already like a lot of fun to be a part of. So that's sort of it in a nutshell. And if you guys have questions, I'm on Telegram, on the group, and you can find me, and would really love to just invite you all to join. And I'm looking forward to going to, there's so many interesting things, and I won't have time to do all of them. So hopefully that's a chance we can get to know each other. Yeah.
Yeah, wonderful, wonderful. And I know a couple friends are really interested. So one friend, Fujio, who's doing the sake tasting, is also a complexity researcher, and he's a huge fan of Nora Bateson, and so he's planning to attend your talk. And I think also wanted to ask if you know about Edgar Morin. Edgar Morin is kind of a lesser known complexity researcher, and I guess Fujio's trying to get his works translated from French to English because they're sort of haven't been translated yet. But it's all in that sort of Bateson Institute world, and also we have the Santa Fe Institute, which is all complexity science here. So there's a lot of crossover. I think that's great. And then the other thing I wanted to mention, I have to see if there will be one. I think it might be canceled this week, but for those sticking around, or it actually might be happening. I have to check. There's a person who does deep listening here, and deep listening kind of reminded me of social presencing theater. She also does viewpoints. Deep listening and viewpoints came out of the New York avant-garde scene, and deep listening is Pauline Oliveros. So avant-garde music. She was one of the earliest electronic music composers and also early female electronic music composer from the 1960s. So she started the deep listening practice of all of these listening sort of things. And then Viewpoints was one of her friends who did it more in the theater world. And so there are a lot of very interesting interactive practices. And she usually hosts every Sunday for free in the park. Which was funny because it was around the time I think I have you scheduled on Saturday. So if Sunday is open, if she's doing it, I'm definitely going to shoot out some messages, and I would recommend checking out the deep listening because I think that's crossing over with some of the, yeah, what you're saying is could be considered embodiment practice or could be considered however you want to look at it, but something that's sort of group practices, group exercises, solo exercises, getting you experiencing things differently. And so a lot of crossover, but really excited for your offerings this year, Merritt. I've been hearing a lot about them from different people who are excited to go. So I think you'll have a really good turnout, and I hope everyone has really good attendance this year. I think we should, given the size of the conference. So really happy about that. I see Matthew is driving around. I don't know if you can talk right now, Matthew. I could also give the shout out for you, but yeah, I don't know about.
I think I can try. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah? Okay.
yep.
I don't know if my video and audio works at the same time, but yeah,
Your
I'm
your,
I'm
your
on the
video
way
cut
to
out,
Santa
but
Fe
we
right
can
now.
hear you. Yeah, we can hear you great.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I don't think it lets me do both while driving. Um, so I'm introducing myself and my talk. Is that what's happening?
If you'd like to, yeah.
Yeah, sure. My name is Matthew Flasher. Uh, I am going to be giving the main talk I'm going to be giving is a how do I even describe this? Jonah's done a better job of describing it
I can
than
read
I
the
have.
description or show it to people too. Let me just scroll to it. No, I called it alternative views of the 2027 global cycle. That's like
Yeah,
which is
that's what
kind of
it is.
true. It is
That's what
alternative
it is.
views, but
Yeah.
it's a little more than that. Maybe you want to, I don't know if you have to come to the talk to hear that.
No,
You've
I'll give like
discovered some things. You found some interesting things. Yeah. Okay. Oh, sorry. Did it
well,
just, yeah. Are you still there, Matthew?
can you still hear me? Yeah, I
Yep.
think
Yep.
it's yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, so last year, in the winter, actually in whatever the Mercury retrograde that was at the end of last year, like November or December, whenever that was, I completely absorbed in a deep research track because I was just watching this video about cataclysm cycles, and they were talking about the Great Year or the axial precession, or what we call global cycles in human design. And the guy talking about them, Randall Carlson, who some people might know about because he's like a big name in that cataclysm world, was talking about the geometry of that, like the sacred geometry of the Great Year. And I had always thought that Ra's calculations for the global cycles looked a little bit funky. And so I was like, well, what if I try to rectify them with this? And so I might have discovered some interesting things. I'm not coming in with any like, this is absolutely definitive. I'm coming in with like, I have discovered something that seems interesting and I'm curious what people think, how it impacts. And yeah, but I'm excited to give it because I'm always seeing people talking about 2027 with such definitive certainty. And I hate that. And so I didn't like plan to discover something that might fuck that up, but I might have discovered something that fucks that up. And so I'm coming in with a heretical investigation which feels on brand because I'm very fifth color. So yeah.
Yeah. Well, I love it. I'm here for it, and I'm excited that you're doing it twice so people have more of a chance to see it. However, I know Jess Levy was asking about the relationship clinics, and then you've offered to sort of do ad hoc relationship analysis off the cuff with people throughout the conference, sort of an ad hoc thing, right? Like if they
Yeah.
want to,
So
yeah.
yeah, so I'd be happy to do some of that. I was realizing that like I don't think solo facilitating an interactive workshop is necessarily correct, or at least it I
Well,
was
no, I
didn't
thought
feel
more
like it
just
was
like
correct
if
for
they want
me.
to talk to you about their body graph. I mean,
Yes.
you're available
Yeah.
to communicate some of what you know about how you approach relationships, but not in a formal
100%.
way. It's
Yeah.
not on the schedule, but like if you see Matthew, if you're able to corner him, he is a manifester. He's a slippery man. I'm joking. No, if you're able to corner Matthew, then he will tell you things about your chart, basically.
I'm not the
Kind of.
slipperiest manifester. Like if you can get me, you can approach me. But if yeah, I'm a 1-3, so I might not always be there. Um, but yeah, I figured the workshop format didn't feel super authentic. So doing one-on-one stuff with that felt better. And I don't know what the demand is like or it will be like, but yeah, find me. Let's talk about relationships and charts. And
Yeah,
then
yeah,
as
that's
part
kind of what
of
I thought. Just because we took those off to put another one of these, but we also added
yeah,
your physical properties of the nodes, which I think is short, but just an interesting thing about people don't even really know what the nodes are sometimes, or they know a very basic definition of like the nodes are
yeah,
the intersection of the moon and the sun's orbits or something, you know. But
yeah,
you're
I'm
going to be
excited to
actually
talk about
telling us
that
what
one.
they are. Yeah, you're going to be telling us the physical properties of the nodes.
Yeah, and the physical properties of the nodes it's a funny thing because like it's sort of I mean it's physical, but it's not super physical. It's not like a planet, right? But yeah, it was another little thing that I think I might have gone down that same rabbit hole during that same Mercury retrograde. That's a theme for me, being extremely Mercury ruled. But yeah, so I'm excited to talk about that. It's not going to be super long. I don't even know that I have like 30 to 45 minutes, but I think it's an hour segment, so there's time for discussion. And then as part of the 2027 talk I'm doing, there are some other subjects that I'm sneaking in there that I think now are maybe in the description on the schedule. But there's this inventor named Malcolm Bendall who has created something like remarkable. And it's legitimate. And in to create this thing, he like rewrote the periodic table, and in doing that, he like just happened to essentially prove base theory with a like I mean with an invention. So I'm going to talk about yeah. There's some very cool
Okay.
stuff last year
Well, I hope it
to
can be,
tell people about it.
we talked on the phone that day and you told me a bit, but I really hope it can be recorded. And I'm sort of leaving it like I've asked people to record if it's okay. It's kind of at the discretion of the speaker. But if you're comfortable being recorded, and it's kind of up to you what to do with it. Probably just share it with other attendees if you want to put it on your website or share on YouTube, or but if you'd rather it be private. But just for the attendees who can't go to the talks, that goes for any of them. I'm assuming the workshops will not be recorded because it just doesn't really, it's personal, it's more and so on. But if there is something that is like just an informational talk that you are able to yeah, to get that recorded for others. Hi Larry, I see Larry just joined. Um and I realized
Hey,
that
Jonah.
hi, good to see you. Yeah, I put out the wrong time yesterday of 1 p.m. Pacific, but that's okay because we're just going to stick around anyway and keep going. If anyone has to drop off, I completely understand as well. There's a comment from Shabala. She says she could also do some 30-minute mini sessions or office hours for one-on-one relationship and interpersonal consults if there's space for it. We can definitely make space for that. I think what we have to do is just let people know and maybe think of what the best location would be, and if it's either during one of the meet and greets or during one of the other events we have, the Wednesday night opening gala, or Sunday is very wide open. So yeah, I'm absolutely into that, and I can you can
I'll
let me know
message
either.
you some
Yeah.
times that might work.
Yeah, if you have some times that you think would just be like you're already going to be at a place, and maybe even the Tuesday night if you're in town by the Tuesday night opening, that's going to be a really nice way to get to know people too. Or
Oh, I
um,
don't know about that one, but
that's
I
the
have to look at
pre-conference.
the timing, but I'll hit you up.
Yeah, yeah, definitely, definitely. And I can announce it. And you can always announce it too. I want everyone to feel empowered to be able to share. Like you post on Telegram, hey, by the way, I'm doing this. And something else we do every year, which I haven't done yet, but you can post, I let the speakers know they can post like discount things with them or classes coming up. I mean, I'm not, it's a community and we're all sharing what we're up to. So don't ever worry about sharing things on the Telegram. That's totally fine. Billy is signing off. Yeah, anything else you want to share with us before you go, Billy? Or are you feeling good? I mean, this is really just a chance for us to get to meet each other. If anyone wants to.
No, I'm feeling good, feeling complete, excited to meet everyone. Had no idea how long this call was going to be, and I'm visiting my stepson and family, and he and I are going to go out for a while in a few
Oh,
minutes.
wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful. Yeah, no, I had it set for an hour. I kind of figured it might go a little longer, but yeah, wonderful. Well, drop off anytime you like, and I'll see you in a couple days. I'm so excited you've showed me all around Ibiza. I can show you around Santa Fe. So,
Perfect. See you Tuesday afternoon.
yes, wonderful, wonderful. Well, would anyone else like to introduce themselves, say hi, any questions, anything about the conference schedule? If so, we definitely have time for that. We're all kind of just hanging out. If anyone wants to, just go ahead and start talking or put your name in the chat. Otherwise, I will take a break and then be back a little later to just do a schedule review, and people can join if they want, or they can just watch the replay. All I do in the schedule reviews, I basically just read through the schedule and just talk about it and just make sure. It can be helpful for some people because there's a lot in the schedule. So what I found from previous years is like having like a 1 hour schedule review, somebody reading it, you can just put it on while you're doing stuff and then kind of, oh, I didn't know that's going on. Or so if everyone feels good for now, I will just we can all wrap up and then I will post a link for the schedule review in a little bit and I'll be on doing that. Everyone feel good? Okay, I see Leanna's waving. People are waving. All right. Bye,
Thanks, Jonah.
Shabala. Thanks everyone for joining.
Good.
Okay. Take care.